All right, Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Yakalia, and I'm a prophet sent by Yahweh Shemeshai, a member of the hopeful elect, out here another weekend to prophesy unto the world and to prophesy unto you people. I come bearing good news and bad news, all right? I'm here to prophesy the end of the rulership of the so-called white man for the biblical Edomites. I'm here to prophesy the kingdom of heaven that is to come. I'm here to prophesy the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel and the judgment for the wicked of our people, the unbelieving Israelites. All right? I'm here to prophesy that the heathen are going into captivity. And I'm here to prophesy the major remaining prophecies to come, such as the Mark of the Beast prophecy, the World War III prophecy, and the salvation for the nation of Israel. All right, you have a question? Or are you just watching? You're just watching, all right, no problem. All right. And so, seeing as that, why am I doing this? To wake up the elect of the nation of Israel.
So why do you do this? What do you get?
What do I get? It is my hope to receive salvation from Yahweh Shemeshai. I come out here to preach the gospel, the word of Yahweh Shemeshai, to wake up our people, to let them know what's coming, the judgments that are coming, because we're at the end of this kingdom. We're at the end of the world, right? And there are many things that are to come with the end of the world, right? There are some major prophecies that are to come. And the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai is coming to bring judgment to the world, right? You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible? All right. Well, pardon? All right. All right. Can you stand right there? All right. So you believe in the Bible. Do you know what the name of the Lord is? That's not the true name of the Lord. Hold on, slow down. All right. Because there has been a great deception put out there, right? By our enemies, who are the so-called white man, right? And he has put forth lies and has changed, all right, the truth, okay? And he has put up images, false images of himself during the time when he came back, during the Renaissance period, right? And one of the major lies that he perpetuated is the image of the Lord, all right? So, you say you believe in the Bible, and what do you believe the Lord looks like? Yeah, because you say you believe in the Bible, right? But I know that there's a certain image put out there that shows what the Lord looks like. So what do you believe that image looks like? All right, well, the Christian church will show you that the image of the Lord looks like a white man, right? With long hair and all that. Well, right, but they make you believe that he looks like a so-called white man, right? Well, the image of the Lord isn't actually that of a so-called white man. That's a lie perpetuated by the so-called white man, all right? And so I'll get you the true image of the Lord, all right? So this is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. All right, so the heads of his hairs were white like wool. All right, so what kind of hair is wool hair? You have woolly hair, right? But the image that they show you is a man with long hair, right? Like a so-called white man, right? But it says that he has woolly hair. So it's hair like yours and hair like mine, all right? Candlesticks like one unto the Son of Man, clothed with garments down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, all right? And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as they burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters, right? So his feet were like unto fine brass. Do you know what brass is? So brass is like a kind of metal, right? But the color is a brown color, right? So brass is the color of brown, and that is what that John saw, the image of the Lord, the foot, right, was a brown color, like the color of your foot, right? But it said it burnt like in a furnace, so it was like a dark brown, right? And so that is the image of the Lord, right? The image of the Lord is that he's actually a so-called black man. He's not a so-called white man, all right? And so I want to just let you know, the name of the Lord, his true name, is not Jesus. That's a lie. His name is Yahushai. You look shocked. And the name of his father is Yahweh. The name of, well, yes. Yahushai's mother's name is Mary, yes. But the most important things to know is the name of the Lord. And why is it that you need to know the name of the Lord? Because the name of the Lord is what is needed for salvation, right?
What time is
What do you mean?
it? What time? Time.
11, it's 11 o'clock, 11:19 a.m. right now. All right? So in Acts chapter 4 and verse 12, it says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So you must know the name of the Lord to receive salvation, right? And the name of the Lord, the Father's name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. All right? The name is very important, man. All right? And there's no mistaking it. Okay? The name of the Lord isn't Ahaya or Yeshua or any of those other false names that they put out there, man. The true name of the Lord is Yahushai and Yahweh. And we say Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai because it is Yahweh in the name. Yahushai Bahashem means in the name. Ba, in, ha, the name, Sham. All right, Yahushai. All right, and you know that individual just came up and he asked me what this was about, and I provided him with the image of the Lord and the name of the Lord, and you know he's gone now, but you know what? It goes to show you that this word, because in that moment he received the word of Yahweh Shemishai, right? Because he came here and he heard the introduction and he heard what I said, and I provided him with the names. So he has the names. All right. Now, whether he's a member of the elect, I don't know. All right. But that's how it is, right? Many people encounter the prophet of Yahweh Shemishai and they hear this truth and they're given the names of Yahweh Shemishai. And many of them, the majority, will reject that name and will walk off, right? But the elect of the nation of Israel will receive that name, hear that name, and will praise that name, right? It says in the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, it says, Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 and verse 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name. So the elect will hear this word, believe in this word, and just automatically praise the name of Yahweh Shemeshai. And the elect will receive this word in all kinds of ways. All right? Whether they hear it from one of the prophets of Yahweh Shemeshai on the highways and byways, or by another main tool that Yahweh Shemeshai put out there, which is the internet, right? The Lord has allowed this word to go out to the four corners of the earth by way of the internet. And it's called that line. And this is Psalms chapter 19 and verse 4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. Right? So that line is that internet, which everybody has access to it. Right? Ever more so now in the year 2024. All right? Even if you can't afford the internet, you know what I'm saying? There are public areas that you can go to that provides you with the internet. So really, a lot of people, the majority, have access to the internet, right? And then this word is all over YouTube. The number of videos that the hopefully let the prophet of Yahweh Shemeshai, the number of videos that are out there, it's impossible to watch all of them. The amount of work that the prophets of Yahweh Shemeshai are doing, all right? And it says in Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 17, his glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth, and they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. Right? So the unicorn is that internet that has brought together the elect of the nation of Israel, right? Many people never saw the prophets of Yahweh Shemeshai on the highways and byways, all right? I am one of them, okay? I woke up via the internet. I woke up via Instagram, right? So the Lord has made different avenues for the elect to wake up, and the elect are still waking up, man. And how do we know that the elect are still waking up? Because the destruction has not come as yet. All right, in Revelation chapter 7, it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And then the rest of it goes into the number. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of Israel. All right. And then after that, it lists all the tribes of Israel, and it's 12,000 from each tribe. Right. So doing this work is for our own salvation, right? Because the scriptures say to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And Yahushua ordered us, right, which is also an order, from Yahweh, because all things are done through Yahushai, right? The will of Yahweh is done through Yahushai, and Yahushai says to go out in the highways and byways, all right, and bring forth as many as that you can, all right? So then, all of this is done as well for the edification of the elect of the nation of Israel, because you have the prophets of Yahweh Shai, the 144,000, but you also have the remaining elect, right? Which are those men, women, and children that believe, all right? Not every man is a prophet, some are helps, all right? So the prophets of Yahweh Shai, they believe, all right? And you have that 1/3 in America that's spoken about in Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it says, and it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord. And what land is that? The land of America. America is known as Mystery Babylon the Great in Revelation chapter 17. In various other parts in the scriptures, America is known as Babylon. All right? America is also known as Egypt. It is that place that is known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? And it says, I just get it real quick in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. That great city is America, all right? Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, all right? It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why? Because it is likened, and it has that same spirit of it. The same vile abominations that were happening in Sodom and Egypt is the same thing all over again. America is that amalgamation, that mixing pot, all right, everything mixed up together of these vile, abominable kingdoms. And it has that same spirit. And Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, right? Because Yahushua's true image, right, is not put forth. And they put forth a false, abominable image, lies, right, of Yahushua. But that place is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and that's what America is, right? So back to Zechariah 13 and verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So 2/3 in America of our people are going to be destroyed. Those are the Israelites that don't believe, that hear this word, and you won't have any cloak for your sins, man, because this is going to go out to all of Israel to hear, all right? And whether it is that you heard it and you really sat down and you took in a video, or you came in and you stood the entire time, all right, watching the prophets of Yahweh Shemishai prophesy, or maybe you just encountered something that showed you the names of the Lord, and that were the Israelites, the Lord's holy chosen people, all right? You would have seen it, all right? So there will be no excuse when the judgment comes, all right? That you did not hearken unto the word of Yahweh Shemishai, and you rejected the name. Because if you listen to the stories of the hopeful elect, those who have woken up, you know, every elect member has a different path of waking up, but there are some stories where they simply see it. They simply see that the children of, that we're the Lord's holy chosen people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, or maybe they saw that the mark of the beast is the microchip, and that led them towards everything else, or they simply encountered the names of Yahweh and Yahushua. You know, you would have received it, okay? So 2/3 will have to perish. Therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And that is 1/3 of our people in America will receive salvation. All right? The elect is very precious to Yahweh Shemishai. All right? It's all about the elect of Yahweh Shemishai. All right? But let's not get it confused, because you have some individuals who are talking about, that not all Israel will be saved, but the scriptures say that all Israel shall be saved. In Romans, the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 26, and it says, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Right? And that is Yahushai. Okay? So Yahushai, alright, perished for the entire nation. Alright? He went through what he went through for the entire nation of Israel, so that we can receive everything. Right? But in this time, when Yahushai returns, he's only coming to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. But all Israel shall be saved. So I'm going back to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. And it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. You see? So the elect shall call upon the names of Yahweh and Yahushai. Alright? Day in, day out. Right? And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power. Right? And when I read that, it brings a smile to my face, great joy to my face, man. And great joy to my spirit. Okay? They shall call on my name. Because in Ecclesiasticus I read it, the elect shall praise the name of Yahweh and Yahushai, and will hear them, and will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power. Right? And that's happening day in, day out. And it's happening throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? By all Israelites. And you have Israelites looking like all of the nations, man, from the four corners of the earth. You have Israelites waking up all around the world, from America to South America to Asia. You have Russia, you have Africa, right? And I'm aware that Russia is in Asia, by the way, But I want to, listen out some countries. You have elect members waking up in China, Japan, South Korea, North Korea, all right? England, the UK, the Caribbean, all right? Everywhere around the world, the elect is waking up day in, day out, man. And they're praising the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. And that's very beautiful, all right? But the time is coming for judgment, and the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Shai are at hand, all right? And we have some major prophecies that are to come. And so we have some major prophecies to come. We have the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the microchip, which is the main prophecy, right, to look at right now. We have the World War III prophecy, right? We have the destruction of America, which is Mystery Babylon the Great, and the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel from America and from the four corners of the earth. Okay? And the kingdom of heaven, right? Which is going to be ushered in when Yahushai comes and delivers the elect to the nation of Israel. Okay? And so, the mark of the beast prophecy is at hand. On my way over here, I saw the elder apostle Tahar start up a video regarding the mark of the beast prophecy. And he brought out an article, right, regarding the times that we're in. And we're truly in that time, all right? The scriptures say, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. So the Lord said to measure the time diligently. And how do you do that? By looking at what's going on. All right, because the prophets of Yahweh Shemishai are constantly watching. The scriptures say, and I'm going to get it, in Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, all right, you Israelites, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh, keep not silence. All right, so the Lord has set up the prophets of Yahweh Shemishai to come out day in, day out, to warn you Israelites of what's to come, and to keep on watching. So with watching, the time is measured diligently. And the time is measured diligently to let you know that we're at the end of the rulership of the Edomites. All right? Because of how the prophecies are building up, and knowing these prophecies. All right? We're very close. All right? To the ushering in of the mark of the beast prophecy. And it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord is visiting this world. All right? And the Lord is visiting the world in very major ways by bringing judgments to the world. All right? And there's the sign of the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai that have been manifesting themselves ever so greatly. More so than ever before in the lifetime and in this kingdom. All right, just this week, right? There's this talk about these drones in New Jersey. And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil, is putting it out there in his mainstream media. You know, he can't hide what's going on, because the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai, which are called UFOs in this world, right? The UFOs are the chariots of the Lord, right? With the angels traveling, okay? And they're showing themselves every single day. And they're showing themselves where the spirit is out there, that individuals are constantly taking videos and putting it all over the internet. And they're saying, what is this? What is this? It can't be a plane. It can't be a drone. What is this? What is this? And I'm here to tell you, those are the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai. But only the elect of the nation of Israel, those that believe, will believe and know that they're the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai. The rest of the people around the world, they're scared. They're like, oh, it's an alien invasion. Nah, you know, that's a lie perpetuated by the so-called white man. All right? Deception. All right? But I'm here to tell you the truth. And the rest of the prophets, the brothers out there, the apostles, the elders out there are here to tell you the truth. Those are the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai, and they are for our salvation. All right? They are a joyous thing to see, right? And when they're manifesting themselves more and more every single time, that is a sign to let you know what time we're in, man. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end of the world, which is the end of an age or period. Which is the end of the rulership of the so-called white man, the Edomites, whose forefathers Esau. We are seeing the downfall of their kingdom right now. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings in effects and signs, right? So as we approach closer to the end, we're going to see the Spirit manifest itself. You're going to see very beautiful things. You're going to see the chariots showing themselves more and more each day. And the day will come where the Lord is going to put the Spirit upon his prophets, right? To go about and to do the acts, just like in the book of Acts. After Yahushua, all right, fulfilled his course, right? The prophets were woken up, and there will be healing and all of those things by the process of Yahweh Shemishai, right? So many beautiful things are to come in these end of days. But you're going to be seeing all kinds of things, all kinds of quote unquote unprecedented things, right? In the news, in a lot of the news these days, everything is unprecedented, hasn't happened before, or hasn't happened in centuries and all of that kind of stuff, man, okay? Because what we're seeing are the end of days, okay? And the Lord has set the watchmen to let you know what time it is, all right? And this mark of the beast prophecy is that major prophecy that is coming, okay? In Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, and he calls it all, both small and the time. 1144, 144 Yapa, all right? It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it says they will receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. But let me back up a little bit, and it says he calls it all. Who? The wicked elite of Esau Edom. All right? The Edomites are in rulership, and they have a ruling class, right? There's always a set rulers, right? That Yahweh Shemishai set up, right? In every single kingdom, you have people that rule, right? The ruling class of that nation, right? And you have the wicked elite of Esau Edom, right? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, right? And those individuals, they're the ruling class of Esau Edom. And they have been working on their NWO agenda for decades, all right? You have information coming out that from the 1960s, all right? They've been working on this mark of the beast, which is the microchip, all right? This is a plan that they've been working on for a very long time, and they're eager to push it out, okay? And so he will cause all. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, your social status, or whether you're incarcerated or not. It don't matter who you are. They intend to microchip the entire world, the entire planet, the entire earth, all right? It is that new slavery system, in their eyes, a more perfect slavery system that they're bringing in. And let's not forget that a part of their NWO agenda, right, that they showed on, I believe they're called the Georgia Guidestones, right? Let me Google that real quick, you know? Georgia. Right, the Georgia Guidestones, okay? And they put forth their agenda as to what they want to do, and a part of that agenda is to cull the population, to reduce it greatly. What I think the number is 500 million? I think that's what it is, right? They want to greatly reduce the population because a smaller population means a firmer control, less people to control, all right? Esau Edom is small in number, all right? And so they want to get rid of a lot of people, man, okay? And so it says, I'll read it again, and he calls it Revelation 13 verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark is a physical mark. When you go into the Greek for the word mark, it is charagma, which is a stamp or an imprinted mark. Okay, so it's physical, right? And that microchip is actually already out there. You have individuals that are microchipped literally right now, okay? And they're using the microchip for its intended purpose, which I'm going to get into right now. In verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So the mark of the beast prophecy has to do with buying and selling, okay? So, unless you have that microchip, you won't be able to buy, and you won't be able to sell. This is where the world is heading towards. This is the major prophecy to come, okay? And so the devil, of course, has to build up a system. A system has to be built, right? And he has been given the gift of great knowledge of the technology that he has. Yahweh Shemisha has given him knowledge to bring forth this mark, which is that microchip. And so you have these systems that are coming in, such as the central bank digital currencies, which is a digital payment system, right? Because this microchip, right? And everything is moving towards a digital payment system. Everything is going digital, right? And then you have these digital identification systems, which the digital payment system is going to be tied into it, all right? Because these digital identification systems that are being pushed worldwide, the same as these central bank digital currencies which are being pushed worldwide, right? The digital identification system is intended to hold all of your personal information and everything about your life on it, all right? And this devil has let us know, has put it out there by the World Economic Forum, the intentions of this digital identification system. And the digital identification system, right, is intended to connect all things together, right? Which is people, entities, devices, and things, right? And when you look at what the microchip is, the microchip is a technological device that is inserted into the body. And what does that do? That merges the body with technology, right? So you're no longer just, the flesh, but you are merging with technology. And so you are connected as a person to the thing, and then to the devices and to the entities, because everything is going to be connected together. That's why they're building these smart cities. That's why you have the Internet of Things, right? They want everything to be connected together, okay? They're merging man with machine, which is an abomination, right? And you can see it is their true desire, because some weekends ago, I brought out that Elon Musk, a part of his brain microchip, right, is that the brain microchip and its function is to allow individuals with the brain microchip to communicate with technology just by their thoughts. But it is the microchip technology that will allow them to be able to do that. And it was brought out that Elon Musk has this robot of sorts that the intention is to be merged with this brain microchip, right? And that brain microchip will control the robot. So you will control the robots with your mind. These are abominable things, man. All right? The Lord created everything perfect as is, but Esau constantly tries to change what is already perfect. All right? And he does it with his GMO engineering and his changing of the water and the changing of the air, the changing of the plants, and it has the repercussions where it changes the nature of the animals and the nature of the people and everything, right? The devil turns everything upside down, all right? That's why the Lord, part of the reason why the Lord has come to destroy everything, man, and start everything anew. Yo, this has to be cleansed, all right? The best way for a reset is to tear everything down, all right? And to rebuild it. And the Lord is going to do that by way of thermonuclear fire. Destroy everything, destroy the monuments, the false gods, abominations, everything, all right? But sticking to the microchip prophecy, all right? So the digital identities, right, which is going to be pushed, that is going to be stored on the microchip, right? And so the digital identity is going to include your health care, your financial services, which is your bank account, and so the development of a digital payment system, central bank digital currencies, digital ledgers, all of that kind of stuff, all right? Food and sustainability, right? Which means farmers and stuff like that. Traceability of supply chain. And you know, the supply chains are all going digital. Everything's going digital, right? And they say it's all going digital for a more efficient system, which, to be fair, I can see the efficiency of some of what they're bringing in, but the issue is that their ulterior motives are sinister, right? And we're dealing with the devil, and which is Esau, Edom, so-called white man. They are warlocks and witches, and there's a high level of witchcraft going on. There's a high level of spiritual wickedness on the left-hand side that's going on, all right? And this microchip has more than what is just at the forefront of it, all right? There's so much to come with it, man, okay? Travel and mobility, so that's your passport, all right? And if you have a passport, I know my passport has it. It has a biometric ID, all right? So biometric ID, so each individual that has a passport already has a biometric ID. I mean, in order to get the passport, I had to give up my biometrics, right? I had to give up, they did eye scans, they did fingerprint and, you know, fingerprint scan and all that kind of stuff, all right? So they have that, and that ties into it. Humanitarian response, right? And so, listen to this, to access services, to demonstrate qualifications to work in a foreign country, right? To access services, all right? This digital ID being a precursor to that microchip, which will eventually be stored on it, right? It's saying access to services. It's already letting you know that you will need to have this digital ID to access services. No man might buy or sell, right? E-commerce, to shop, conduct business transactions and secure payments, right? Of course, you know, online shopping, that's all done digitally, digital payment system. But you know, there has been talks about, you know, having digital identification for the internet, which also includes in this digital ID social platforms. So eventually you will need to have your digital ID to log into your favorite social platforms, to log into Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch TV, Twitter, which is now X, and whatever other new social platforms they have out there. All right, e-government. All right, so that's government services. So government services, all right, is going to be tied into your digital ID. Okay, so you won't be able to have access to government services unless you have your digital ID leading to that microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, telecommunications, right? So they intend for your phones, right? It says for users to own and use devices, for service providers to monitor devices and data on the network. You want to know what's interesting about that? Recently, and when I mean recently, I mean like just yesterday and today, I'm noticing it. I've noticed that my technology, my phone and my laptop had some updates that were put out literally just this week, right? And I realized that every single app I open, well, some of them, right? Some of the apps that I open up, it is constantly asking me and telling me that in order for it to work, that I have to provide it with location services. I don't really know what that, what that's all about, but I'm assuming it's a part of the system because let's be real, the microchip is a tracking device, right? When the individuals have the microchip implanted within them, the microchip for its intended use will be to be used for everything, for payments. There's intentions for it to be used to open doors, to open your car, all of that kind of stuff, right? And there's already proof of that. You have that girl, chip girl, who has her microchip and she goes around and she makes payment with it, right? But she also uses it to open up various things around her home, okay? So telecommunications, your phone is going to be tied to your digital identity. And then the smart cities, right? To monitor devices and sensors transmitting data such as energy usage, air quality, traffic congestion. So the smart cities is a part of it. And all of it is going to be tied together, right? The merging of man and human. And Esau is going to be selling this technology to the world as something beneficial, right? And he's going to try to show the world that, hey, this is the next step in technology. And they've been slowly but surely bringing it in, just slowly phasing out cash, just slowly bringing in digital payments, mobile payments, swipe and go, all right? Even the method of being scanned by the forehead and by the hand. When the 2020 worldwide situation was going on, right? What did they do to the people? Everywhere you went, I know at least out here in Jamaica, everywhere I went, they either scanned my forehead or they scanned my hand to show that I didn't have it, right? But when the time comes for the prophecy to manifest, that's how people are going to be identified if they have the microchip, by scanning the forehead or the hand, right? So Esau has been just gradually putting certain things out there to test the public to see how they would receive the ultimate plan that they have to come. All right? So this is coming, man. And then in recent news, you have Australia rolls out a digital ID system with plans for carbon tracking and social credit scores, right? Which that is the same digital identity system, right, that I just read, right? Because they intend for everything to be merged with it, right? And the thing about Australia is that Australia is moving quite rapidly, all right? So Jamaica out here has moved very fast because Jamaica has launched the central bank digital currency, and Jamaica has launched the digital identification system. Now, there's no further news really regarding that. They have just launched it, but it's been launched. But as I mentioned before, it's a worldwide thing. And you have Australia, who has now rolled out their digital ID. The Australian government is making significant strides towards total digital surveillance and control with the digital ID bill, which combines 128 personal documents and indicators into a centralized government system. That is the same digital ID system that I just read, that the World Economic Forum is pushing. All right? And I must put this out there. It was the year maybe 2017, maybe 2016, right? That I believe it was Klaus Schwab, that's a part of the World Economic Forum. He said that in about 10 years or something like that, and there's a video of it, he said that in about 10 years, that people will receive a microchip, will be microchipped. So the devil literally puts it out there, letting you people know what's coming. But you don't believe, all right? But here Australia is making strides in pushing their digital ID system. And then you have the digital ID system in India, which is called Aadhaar. You have in Europe, they're pushing their European digital ID system. I believe Estonia has theirs. But if you just Google it worldwide, it's everywhere that's pushing it, man. Because it's all one agenda. All of the leaders of these worlds work for the wicked elite of Isa Edom. Right? All of them. So even though you see certain countries at war with each other and have tensions with each other, they all have no choice but to develop their central bank digital currency system, the digital payment systems, and these digital identification systems. All of them have to do it. All right? And, you know, it mentions like tracking and social credit scores, but of course it's a tracking device, man. And then the social credit scores, in China, they have social credit scores already. And in China, the social credit score works like this, where so first of all, the cities are very smart. They have these smart cities, right? And the smart cities have the digital surveillance, right? That are being ushered all around the world. These digital surveillances, okay? And they have the cameras everywhere, and people have a social credit score, and then when they go to certain other, so basically it works like this. If you jaywalk, for example, right, they will automatically take points off of your social credit score, right? And so when you lose points on your social credit score, or if you have a low social credit score, you won't have access to certain restaurants. You won't have access to go to certain places. You won't have access to certain government services. You won't have access to certain jobs and all of these kind of things. It's a new level of control that they're bringing in, right? 1207. And so it says the expanded Australian government digital ID system is rolling out in 4 phases in the coming year, which may overlap or be preceded by pilots, right? The digital ID bill passed the Australian Senate in April this year, and critics warn the growing push for carbon tracking as social credit scores in Australia present significant threats to civil liberties and privacy. Well, if you do not know already, there already is no privacy. There's no privacy. Even when it is that you turn off your location services, even when it is that you turn off the tracking when you're on the internet or when you're using your phone, bro, there is no privacy, man. There's no privacy. All right? And you know how I know that? Because even when I turn off all of those things, the devices still show me where my location is even when it's turned off. The internet still tries to show me advertisements based on websites that I visit. They're always tracking you. Everywhere, every time you make a payment, they're tracking you. But they want to make that more perfect in their sight. So they want it where when you're microchipped, as soon as you wake up, they know when you've woken up. As soon as when you go to sleep, they know when you go to sleep. They will be able to track the temperature within your body, the rate of your heart rate, all of these kinds of things, man. This technology is coming with. They'll be able to track when you go to the bathroom, when you go to the kitchen, when you leave your house, all those kinds of things. Because right now, you can leave the technology at home and you can walk around and whatever else, and they won't necessarily be able to track you until you encounter the cameras. So it's really very, there's no privacy. So people are delusional, all right? So anyway, that's what's going on in Australia. And Australia, besides their digital ID system, they are a society that is mostly cashless, all right? Which the 2020 worldwide situation expedited that, right? As soon as it happened, at times they wasn't even focusing on the 2020 worldwide situation. Instead, they were talking about the monetary system and what must happen to the monetary system. And they were promoting, and are still promoting, that the system had to go cashless, that they had to do away with cash. And doing away with the cash, doing away with the money, means that they're pushing for that digital payment system, right? And I'm just going to get a specific part from the article. And it says, and this is happening in Australia, right? How close are we to a cashless society? Posted December 4th, 2024. While you can still pay with notes and coins, and by the way, earlier this year, there were some banks in Australia that literally said that they were going completely cashless. And then the residents of Australia, they were like revolting against it, right? They didn't like it. So there was some backlash from it, you know? But regardless of that, It says, are we moving even faster into a cashless society? While you can still pay with notes and coins, the rise of cards and contactless payments makes it seem like a cashless society is not that far away. And it's not far away. Because the mark of the beast processor, which is at Microchip, which needs all of these systems to work to facilitate its usage, is close. Makes it seem like a cashless society is not that far away. In fact, cash makes up just 16% of payments, according to an analysis from the Reserve Bank of Australia. Right? All right, Salakio. So it says, in fact, cash makes up 16% of payments. So literally, Australia is mostly cashless. What is that? 84% of the population doesn't use cash. So if only 16% are using cash, it is very easy for the banks to just say, you know what, we're just going cashless. Because all you need really is the majority on your side. Who cares about that 16%? They're gonna have to get with the program. All right? And the devil has been working on that, man, just gradually bringing it in. There's a website that's visit nfcw.world.com. I think that's what it is. All right? And that website over the years has constantly been bringing out that this country is this percent amount of cashless, that percent amount of cashless. And every single month and year, it increases rapidly. All right? And it's not only Australia, man. America, that main place, Mr. Babylon the Great, the same thing is happening. All right? So in America, they have been slowly but surely issuing in a digital ID, right? But they're doing it in a very sneaky kind of way, right? So it says Google Wallet adds digital ID support in yet another state. So it says the app referring to Google Wallet, and so Google Wallet, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, these are all precursors, right? Getting people used to the idea of making these digital payments, right? Esau is very conniving, right? And very smart too, okay? Because when the people get used to these ways already, when it is that society collapses and they stay here in order to continue to live and in order to gain access to these services and everything, the population will already be used to this way of life in certain kinds of ways, right? So it says the app also now lets you turn your passport into a digital ID. Let me read it again. The app, which is Google Wallet, a digital payment system, also now lets you turn your passport into a digital ID. So Google Wallet, passport, digital ID. So another thing to take notice of is how they're just simply just merging these different things together. They don't do it all at one time. They just slowly merge Google Wallet, with passports. Now it's becoming a digital ID. So what you need to know, New Mexico is the latest state to let residents store their state IDs in Google Wallet, right? So this is a way for them to just get people onto a digital ID system without blatantly telling them, yo, we're mandating this digital ID right now, okay? So New Mexico is the latest to store their state IDs in Google Wallet, joining states like California, Arizona, and Georgia, right? While physical IDs are still required for law enforcement and age checks, more businesses and TSA checkpoints are using the NM Verifier app for smartphone-based verification, right? So they're installing these systems to facilitate the acceptance of these digital IDs in various places. And it's not just that. They're putting in devices to be able to facilitate the payment of the microchip payment, right? Whole Foods has it. There are videos online of individuals with microchips implanted in the hand going to places in America and using their microchip to make a payment. They have the same thing over there in the UK. They have the same thing over there in Sweden. I wouldn't be surprised if it's out here in Jamaica too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's worldwide that it can really facilitate the microchip payments right now. And why is that? Because the microchip payment system is the same system that we have right now. And it's all just going to be merged and put onto that microchip, right? It's simple like that, okay? Google Wallet is also rolling out digital passport IDs, making travel through TSA checkpoints a bit smoother, okay? And it says, New Mexico is the latest state to adopt Google's digital identification technology. This makes it the 6th state to join, with California joining the club back in August. The other states include Arizona, Colorado, Georgia, and Maryland. Adding your New Mexico ID to Google Wallet is super easy. Just open the app, tap Add to Wallet, pick ID, and follow the steps. You snap photos of both sides of your ID and record a quick selfie video for verification, right? That's another thing about this digital ID system, the central bank digital currencies, etc. Okay? They have made the system so easy to join, so easy to become a part of. It's so simple that even you can do it yourself. You know? That's another selling point. In a few minutes, you'll get a notification that your digital ID is ready to use. Once it's set up, you can access it just like your payment cards. You see? So they're merging your digital ID, your passport, and your Google Wallet into one, and they're saying, here, you can use it. And then the Google Wallet is stored on the phone, so that's all phone use. So people just go, right? They have their phone, no need for, a physical wallet, no need for cash, no need for credit cards. They just go to wherever they have the phone and they're like swipe, swipe, swipe. This is the devil getting people used to the system, man. Okay? And so that's on that one. And then I mentioned earlier on my way here, the elder Apostle Tahar was doing a video on the mark of the beast, the microchip. And he brought out this article, right? Israel, the state of Israel, the Israelis, who are not the Lord's holy chosen people, but are the Edomites, considering U.S. firm for biometric screening of Palestinians in Gaza. All right? So it says Israel is considering a plan to deploy private U.S. logistics and security companies to create a gated community in Gaza where Palestinians would be subjected to biometric screenings to receive aid, according to news reports. So, they would have to go through biometric screening to receive aid, which when you go back to everything that I said and listening to how they're bringing about these digital identification systems and these payment systems, right? You will need to have it. So this biometrics, which is your biometric ID, right, will be needed, okay? So you're going to need something to gain access to all of these services, and it's all leading to that microchip, man, right? And they're telling you point blank, because also in Israel, right, during the 2020 worldwide situation, you know what they were saying? They were saying they had these green zones, right? And these green zones were only for those who accepted you know, that solution, right, for that worldwide situation. So they were saying, unless you had the V, you won't be able to have access to these green zones. So basically, you'll be left for dead if you don't have the V. The same thing is coming for the microchip. That's why it says, no man shall buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. But with all of that at hand, you know, there's more to come, of course, which will be reported on. But this devil, he's going to deceive many people into taking this microchip, man. All right? Because in Revelation chapter 14, Salakio, I'm going to go to Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20. And it says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So he's going to deceive the world into taking it, right? And he's going to deceive the world by these miracles, right? He's going to deceive the world by showing you, hey, you can achieve this next level in humanity, right? You're going to be able to achieve like this godlike status by way of this microchip. But that's the devil for you, man. That he's going to sell it to you to achieve a status of godlikeness by carnal means, which is that microchip. Hence why he's selling it to the people that with the brain microchip, you'll be able to control things by way of your thoughts and by way of your mind. And they show you that all the time. There's a show in the UK where you have this girl, right? And you can Google it, black girl microchip UK, right? Or YouTube, where she's microchipped and she's controlling all of the technology with her mind, just with her thoughts. The devil is going to deceive you, man, into taking it in that way. And he's going to deceive you into taking it Because when it is that the time of trouble is coming, Jacob's trouble, and we're in a certain position where, you know, they're going to say, we can't do this, we can't fix things unless this occurs. And they're going to usher in that microchip. That's deception. That would be lies. Because the thing is, the devil is the one that's going to be bringing about all of this turmoil. The devil is the one that is going to be bringing about the collapse of the monetary system. And how do we know the monetary system is going to collapse? Well, America is known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? And it says in Genesis, chapter 47 and verse 15, right? And remember, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says there's no new thing under the sun, okay? So in ancient Egypt, this happened, Genesis 47 and verse 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread. For why should we die in thy presence, for the money faileth? So money failed in ancient Egypt, and the money is going to fail again in this Egypt. All right? Look at what is the main money, which is the world reserve currency, right? The US dollar, right? That has strength right now, but all other currencies are tied to it. And if that fails, all other currencies fall with it. And seeing as that, Esau Edom is in full control. They have the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, which is their blessing given to them by Isaac, our forefather. They have full control of the economy and the monetary system. So they can easily allow it to collapse. And then boom, microchip. And conveniently, they would have had all of these systems in place. These digital payment systems. Oh, and conveniently, these digital IDs that will tie into these digital payment systems. Oh, and conveniently, they will store this on this microchip. And this microchip is what will be needed in order to move forward in life and to gain access to all of these goods and services and to conduct business and all of this stuff. The devil is going to deceive all people unto destruction, right? But that is how Yahweh Shemishai has set it up. Because the elect was chosen from the very foundation of the earth, and the non-elect was chosen to be destroyed. As it says in 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 22, let the multitude perish then which was born in vain. So all of this is for the elect of the nation of Israel, man. I remember my brother Yeshaya once told me that the elect is so precious in the eyes and in the hands of Yahweh Shemishai, like a baby cradling it, taking care of it. And in that same 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 22, it talks about that vine and that grape that is being kept. And the Lord says that with great labor, He's making it perfect. You know, that is how precious the elect of the nation of Israel is to Yahweh Shemishai. You know? And that always comes to my mind, man. A lot of the times when I think about, you know, the elect of the nation of Israel. But the money is going to fail. Right? And so, in Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them with a loud voice, saying, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahushua. So if you take that microchip, which is the mark of the beast, you're going to be destroyed. Right? If you don't have faith in Yahweh Shemishai, and if you don't have that covering from Yahweh Shemishai, you're going to have, you're not going to have the Spirit upon you to refuse that microchip as well. Because the reality of the situation is this: you don't have no choice. You don't have no choice, man. We are all controlled by Yahweh Shemishai. Alright? Everything is done by the will of Yahweh Shemishai. Alright? The scriptures say that the Lord gives men their instruction when they fall into deep sleep. Alright? So the Lord is in full control. Right? And so it all matters at that moment in time whether the Lord puts the Spirit on you to either take the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, or to refuse it. Right? And so if you believe, pray for that Spirit, man. Pray to endure through Jacob's trouble. Pray to get past the hour of temptation, because that's what it is. The hour of temptation, right? That's coming. In Revelation 3 verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Who will keep the word of the Lord's patience? The elect of the nation of Israel. Alright? The elect of the nation of Israel will believe in Yahweh Shemishai and will sincerely believe that Yahweh Shemishai will get them through it, man. And so they will refuse it. Because remember, the system coming in, the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast. Prophecy says no man might buy or sell. So you're going to be cut off from society. And you won't be able to eat any food. And in that time, the Lord is bringing severe judgment during the time of Jacob's trouble. Famine, the sword, pestilence. But that famine especially, man, is what's going to get a lot of people. Right? Because a lot of people, when that famine is here, that is what's going to draw a lot of people out. When they can't eat. Alright? When it is that men and women have their children and their loved ones and they're starving, that's going to be a test of faith for the elect. But people are going to be starving, and Esau Edom, the devil, is going to be like, yo, you only can eat if you take this microchip. And because they have no faith in Yahweh Shemishai, they will take the microchip. Okay? No faith. And then they'll be destroyed, as I read in Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And remember the judgment of the destruction, which is thermonuclear fire. By way of the ICBM missiles, America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. And when Yahushua returns, he's going to aid in that destruction. Right? So that hour of temptation is coming, man. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So remember the prophecy, right? Because the prophecy says that no man might buy or sell if he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So the microchip is intended for the entire earth, but remember, salvation is only for the Israelites. And specifically in this time, for the elect of the nation of Israel, Yahushua is coming for. Alright? But the entire world is going to be faced with it. Both Israelites and the heathen. Alright? But that hour of temptation, man, will be that test of faith. And so in the time to come, it says, In Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, right? Wisdom and knowledge, which is the word of Yahweh Shemishai, which is the scriptures and everything written within it, and everything promised unto us by Yahweh Shemishai for remaining faithful and true. We will meditate on those things. We'll meditate. If it is that your lot is to be beheaded, as it says in Revelation chapter 20, you will remember the scriptures that you will receive a crown of life. You will remember when you're thrown into prison that you will receive a crown as well. You remember the scriptures, right? That if you endure unto the end, you will be saved. You remember the promise by Yahweh Shemishai. You remember that when you go through the time of trouble, when this devil comes at us, man, with great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time, when he comes with a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You remember all these things because the Lord said that it says, then shall it be known who are my chosen, which are the elect of the nation of Israel, man. The elect will be known by their acts and their deeds, that they will not bend the knee to the system, and they will refuse this world, and they will turn to Yahweh Shemishai. Okay? This is what is coming, man. This is what is coming. And the Lord said